Alright, I did cryonics and cryogenics.
Cryonics and cryogenics!
Excellent!
Cryogenics is the study of freezing stuff and whatnot and seeing how it behaves at a really low temperature. So like freezing humans and freezing animals and all that kind of stuff. And the hope of freezing humans is that like after you die and you get frozen, in the future we'll have technology to bring you back to life, and when you're brought back to life you'll have the same body as you did, because freezing people stops the decay of their body after they die. And then cryonics, or the process of doing that, is they shove this like liquid inside of you that makes it so that you don't form ice around your body when you get frozen. So it's kind of like what's that, antifreeze? Yeah. It's like that, and it gets put inside of your body so you don't freeze up, or you don't form ice. And then in theory, by chronically storing human bodies, in the future we'll have the technology to bring them back to life. And also, we've been experimenting with freezing biological formations or systems so that they will remain unchanged for hundreds of years. And some examples in popular culture of freezing things cryogenically is like Captain America, because he got frozen in World War II, right, Mark? Yeah.
Yes.
And then in the future, they found him in ice and they restored him, and he was like not aged or anything like that. So that's a really popular science fiction thing. And then also in the movie Encino Man, Brendan Fraser gets frozen in the main character's backyard, and they bring him up and he's like a caveman frozen.
Have you seriously seen that movie?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That came out when I was like in junior high.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was pretty educational, wasn't it? And then in Ice Age, does anyone remember the scene when they're walking in the cave and there's all the frozen cavemen and stuff?
The aliens.
Yeah, and there's a dinosaur frozen right there.
Aliens.
So hopefully someday we'll find dinosaurs frozen and bring them back to life.
So modern day monster or not?
Not really, because we haven't found a lot of risk, because a lot of cryobiologists, it's not a huge field yet, so we haven't really, and plus the whole goal of it is for the future, so we haven't like gotten to that point yet where we can start bringing out all these cryogenically frozen people that have put their lives into that, so we don't know if it even works yet, but that's the hope. And
so nobody's ever been thawed.
And so the risks and disadvantage of it is there's no guarantee that technology will ever get up to that state where we'll be able to bring people back to life. And also, like, if the whole world goes to crap and it comes into a dystopia, or like cryogenics get outlawed, so all the research will be destroyed and nobody will be brought back to life. And it costs $90,000 plus, which is kind of a lot, but I'm sure insurance can cover it. And if like you died from cancer or some sort of brain amoeba or cancer or some destruction in your brain, there's no guarantee that the brain will stop deteriorating as you're frozen, so you could come back and your brain would be just mush. And fun fact is, not only is cryogenics used for bodies, but it's also used for sperm banks, so they can freeze sperm and get surrogate mothers and all that stuff. So technically it has worked then, because people use that all the time, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so cryogenic has proved to do something good.
But not with like a full human body.
Yeah, but with semen.
I think they've done like body parts and organs and stuff, but not a full body. But they can do eggs and sperm.
All right, and that's all I got.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it was actually. That's
You're on
fun.
it too? Alright, let's go. Who's looking you the help? Let me get my jacket on here.
do this!
This is like,
Here you want to do.
welcome to King of the Hill Season 3. Yeah, King of the Hill. This is what I like to call, the Webster Dictionary refers to it as stupid.
Here we see the rare snow yeti. It's the mating season. Getting pretty aggressive.
mating call in the back.
I haven't had this much great stuff since the Playboy Mansion.
See the two doing a mating ritual on the top of the hill. Very rare experience to see at this part of the region in northern Canada. It looks like they're doing their mating call again. Almost done. The offspring should be sometime in spring.
There's the mating call again. And now they're having group relations.
See more joining to inventing ritual.
Here's the snowfish.
One that's kind of the cheapest, and it far outweighs coal and most other fossil fuels and minerals. And then last point I have to bring up, the nuclear waste. I didn't. Nuclear waste has to be stored for 10,000 years. The government has said this, well, side branch of the government has declared 10,000 years before nuclear waste is able to be put back into the environment. Currently there are many different scientists working on ways to reuse the nuclear waste, which is a term called recycling, and they're reducing and diminishing the half-life of the nuclear waste. And some are actually switching to a different type of radon, uranium. Right now they're using uranium 235, and they're switching to uranium 232. That's a cool fact.
Because the half-life is shorter?
It's more with the process of it that they can do with it. Like the nuclear reactor, they can actually build it smaller, and then they can reuse it a little bit longer, so it makes it shorter, kind of.
So modern day monster?
Yes, I believe so, because I find, yes, it is the cleanest by air pollution, but I see very long-term effects in both a government stature, where we have to hold on to containers, which are very high risks to the environment, and natural disaster too. But going into this, I was thinking, oh, they could just bomb it and stuff, and create mass havoc. Or what if we had an energy crisis? But reading more on this, I have learned that the factories that they do this in are usually really safe and very reliable. Usually when a nuclear plant is created, they build more than one core. That's because one core is on about 90% of the time. Otherwise they're replacing it or fixing it. So 90% of the year it's producing energy. Yeah. Oh,
Questions?
anybody want to know how it works, kind of?
How does it work? Yeah, Alan, how does it work?
They put uranium in some water. Well, this is the most common way. They put uranium in water, and as it's mixing with the water, it starts boiling it really hot, and they use that water
to run through some pipes, and they boil more water with that, and that they drive steam engines, steam turbines with it. And the nuclear waste is from where they put the uranium in, and so they're storing barrels of water, radioactive water, and right now they have like a 60-year plan, and they have 9,900 40 years to go.
I don't understand how the water can be radioactive, but the steam isn't.
So the steam that they're releasing never touches the radon. It's like double boiling. You have your pot, and that's radioactive. And then they're got pipes that's running through that become radioactive, but the stuff on the other side of the pipes aren't becoming radioactive, and they're running it through water that they use to make the steam. Still don't understand?
Oh, I see.
No.
So basically it's like a pot of boiling water, and then it's like, have you ever made,
Oh, this is mine.
yes, have you ever made soup? Have you ever made soup in a bag? In a bag, like the frozen soup in a bag, you
Yeah.
drop the bag in, and the soup inside becomes hot, but it doesn't get diluted with water.
Yeah.
It's like that. The pipe being the bag, the water that's creating the steam being the soup inside the bag.
Yeah. So
So the water doesn't actually get into the pipeline.
this water's here and heating up this hot water.
I like beer cheese soup, so.
Any questions?
I'm sorry, it's cold. I can't do this. I'm sorry. This game is out. Don't you dare.
Alright, let's do this. Dude, I thought it was Double tap. No! One! Two!
Sorry, Jordan, you're out.
Darn it! 11 points.